Ladies and gents, welcome back. I'm late for my own live stream. Holy cow, I'm being scolded in the chat too. I can see that. Wow, I'm a whole 5 minutes late to this show. And well, shame on me. Shame on me. I'm the one that set this up. I got predisposed, I guess. I got distracted by all kinds of things that were going on in the immediate right now. Anyway, I've got my soda water and I'm ready to do this stream. I've got the wobbly pops in the fridge as we speak. They're for the after stream. I can't wait to do that. In the description, there's a link for the Discord channel, and that's what we do after these streams. Every Friday night, we go in and we hang out, and we got wobbly pops in the Discord, and we like to hang out with the whole community, and it's fun and it's great. I like to have these moments with you, but then we can have a moment all together as well, and this is great. This is great. Oh goodness, this chat right now is going off. All kinds of stuff that is unheard of to say. Anyway, if this is your first time joining this live stream, this is the live content every weekday. In the early wee hours of the morning, I gather news stories and talk about things that are happening at the in the moment in Canada and around the world in news. And I bring it to you guys. And at the end of the week, I like to get together with the community and talk about a lot of these stories and then some other things that I couldn't get to as well. And and discuss them with you guys. I'm being distracted already by Derek in the chat here with the super chat for $25. New book this week, Clyde. I can't wait to give Tamara a voice again. By the way, your background is gonna look so much better next week. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So next week I'll actually be in Alberta for the live stream. I've got a mobile setup they're gonna bring with me, and Derek and myself will be streaming together at his place in his arcade. If you don't know about his channel, Derek, put the link to your channel in the comments here. Derek has the Unacceptable Fringe channel named after his book company, and he's gonna be hosting me. He's gonna have me at his place on Friday evening, because Saturday is a big event that we're going to be going to. I wonder if I have a poster for that. I can pull that up. Just give me 1 sec. There's lots of messages here going on. I don't do much on Facebook. That's not really my forte. But I know people on Facebook, and they're passing around this thing here. And this is the Horseback Riders for Freedom. I'm going to be going out to this event. I know a lot of the people from the convoy will be there, and asked if I could come and join for this event. Get this chat in here as well. And so this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go all the way from beautiful British Columbia, beautiful tax hellhole, or a real estate hellhole, British Columbia, to the frigid Great White North in Alberta to join these freedom fighters to go say hey. If you're in the neighborhood, if you happen to be in the neighborhood, come on out. We'd love to meet you. Love to shake hands with some good people out there. So if get out of here, Steve. Steve and OG, get out of here. We are going to be, we're going to be hanging out and meeting with people at this event. I'm going to hopefully get some footage of different people, maybe do some live streaming. I know I'm going to do the live stream on the Friday, so I'm never going to skip my Friday live streams. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. This is a permanent fixture of what I do here on YouTube. But yeah, I really enjoy doing these live streams. But next week, yes, I will be in Alberta for that, and well, we'll be all having a good time in the live stream there. Again, so if this is your first time and you're new to the channel and you're watching this after the fact, this is in fact the live video, the live stream that happens every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 Eastern, if that's where you are. Figure out where it is that you fall on that one. I get the messages all the time. You said it was 6, and I waited till 9 before you showed up. Okay, 6 Pacific. Michael, host Hostetler. Okay, sorry, I had to really focus on that. Thank you so much for the super chat for $5. Yeah, leave a comment in the comments here if you wanted to add something to that. Thank you so much for that. Clyde going horseback riding for freedom. I don't know. I'm not a horseback rider. I've never ridden a horse before in my life, so that'll be a first for me. It'll be really, really cool to see this go down, though, and I'm really excited for that. So this is, again, it's going to be this Horseback Riders for Freedom 2022 in Red Deer, Alberta. So if you're in the neighborhood, come check it out. Come hang out, meet, and shake some hands. Looking forward to it. Yeah, that's definitely a thing happening this week. Yeah, lots of yeehaws in the chat. Absolutely. Yeah, everybody in the chat today. Wow, we're kicking it off really large already in the stream. 373 people in the chat. Holy cow. Just make it. You guys are killing it every week. It's just more and more and more and more of you every single time. I just need to make some adjustments here because I was running really late. But yeah, thank you all for coming. But do us a favor and get over and smash that little like button down below. What it does is it helps out the channel. It lets people know that, hey, this is the kind of thing. Well, it lets more than people, but the YouTube algorithm know that this is the kind of thing that you like to watch. You like to put you'd like to put your name behind that. Boom, a little thumbs up is nice. It lets the algorithm know that other people that are into similar type content as you would probably like to watch this as well, and it sends that out there and says, hey, why don't you come watch this show on Clyde Do Something's channel? Clyde Do Something, who's that? I don't know, but YouTube's recommending it. Maybe I should check it out. So it helps out a lot. Really appreciate it. It's great, and it definitely pushes this content out and gets the reach a little bit further. Where in Red Deer, Alberta? You'd have to ask Derek that question. He's the Alberta expert. He's definitely an expert on Alberta. You ask him, and he'll let you know where exactly that is. He'll be my wheels for the weekend. That's where we're at with that. Holy cow! I had a plan to make some more emojis. By the way, you can use these emojis if you're a member of the channel. That's why the names here that are in green, they're members of the channel. They can use the special emojis that are tied to the channel. I was gonna make some more emojis, but then I got wrapped up in a bunch of other stuff that was going on today. I really want to get a wobbly pop emoji in there. I think that would be real fitting for the channel. Clyde, you're superstar. Insert SNL skit reference here. Lol. I'm not a superstar. I'm just a regular guy with a gift of gab. I like to post stuff on the internet about the things that I care about, and I thank you guys for watching it. I think it really helps that I post stuff every day, and it helps get the stuff out there. But yeah, I think every one of you guys could do the same thing I'm doing. I really appreciate you guys all being here and supporting it. And most of all, you guys are the ones that made all of this happen. Yeah, here's me talking to a microphone and a camera on the internet, but it's all you guys, and pat yourselves on the backs because you're the ones that are actually keeping this all going. And yeah, this it wouldn't be the same without you. Michael Keenan with the $5 super chat. No comment. Thank you so much, Michael Keenan. Yeah, leave a comment in the comments in the chat here if you'd like. I always like to do a roll call and I just see where everybody's at, because I know I look at my analytics and I see that 80% roughly of you guys are Canadians. That's actually pretty impressive for any channel on YouTube to have a demographic that's so focused. 80% of the channel's analytics are Canadian, and then we have a smaller demographic of Americans, which is the second largest demographic on the channel, but also people from all over the world. It's amazing. Lots of people from Australia, New Zealand, all kinds of other places. And we can see it here. Hamilton, you guys had a party this past week. We're going to be looking at some of that because you guys know how to have fun. You guys know how to welcome a guest in Hamilton. Let's just say that. Oh, that's too funny. Victoria, BC, all over Basement, Alberta. That's actually a place, right? Basement. all hell basement. I didn't Big Sugar write a song about that? Whoa, we got Michael Hostetler. I'm saying that right. Michael Hostetler with another super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. But there's no comment on it. Leave a comment just below as you're leaving the super chat if you want to leave a comment. I really appreciate all the support from you guys. It's just so amazing. It's amazing. And I'm taking all of that stuff and I'm putting it into more resources so we could do more of this show. If you noticed, we've been doing also podcasts every Thursday. There's a lot of work behind the scenes to make these happen. And like I said, your support is greatly appreciated, whether it's monetary support, which is great, but also liking, sharing, all the things that you guys in this community do, and you're fantastic for it. So thank you so much, all of you, for that. But yes, I'm really excited about the content that we're doing. If you're unaware of what I'm talking about right now, let's just go have a look at the channel page. And I've set this up so people can find this easy. So if you go to the YouTube channel here, this is the Clyde Do Something YouTube channel, where I've got all the my wonderful branding. This is so just sporadic and weird. I don't know why I made this image. I just took things that I'm interested in and I put it all in one image. It doesn't make a whole lot of a lot of sense. Anyway, so on the home page, not videos or anything, if you scroll down, you'll have, it's all flooded by the live now stuff, but usually it goes right to videos, and then right below that it's the Did Something podcast. Now I will be able to bring this to you guys on Spotify, Apple podcasts, all of the things that you would like to have this go out to in the future. I'm just working out the kinks on how to upload it to those venues, to those places, and then you'll be able to listen to it on your favorite podcast app on your phone or what have you. So you can listen to it on your truck, in the truck, at work, in your earphones, however you want to do it. These are long form podcasts. We just had one go up yesterday with Corrine Maury. Amazing conversation there we had with Corrine. Corrine's an amazing woman from Nelson, BC. She's one of the amazing nurses that was fired by the corrupt government, and the corrupt union is not backing her up. But go check out that conversation there. It was really, insightful, to say the least. Anyway, that was yesterday. And what we've been doing is every Thursday, because these are pre-recorded, but we put them up live on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, so that's 9 Eastern. And they go up as a live video. So you'll have this chat like you have right now, like we have right now. And the chat goes as the video is playing for the entirety of it. So it went for 3 hours. And the best part is that we get to have conversations as these conversations are going on. So the reason why I record them ahead of time is because I want to be able to have the conversation while being focused and not being divided, my attention divided between the chat. Because I found that I was doing chats with people and it was great, it was fun, but I want to pay attention to the chat. Like, this is why I do these live streams, so that I can interact with all of you. And my attention is divided if I have somebody on here and I'm doing it live. So what I decided to do was bring it forward in a way where my attention is undivided on the guests that I have and the conversation that I'm having with them. Long form. And long form is great because this is a lot of things come out in a long conversation that you won't get in an interview. And I love doing the interviews, and the 10-minute interviews that I've been doing with all these different people are fantastic. But to get people in for a long chat is eye-opening. You get a lot more things to see there. Chippy's ATV with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Jerome Noel gifting 5 memberships to the channel. Five of you lucky devils out there are getting a free membership thanks to Jerome Noel. Thank you so much. And you guys better get in there and thank him for giving you the ability to have those emojis. And we'll probably come up with some other things that you guys can have as well, just supporting the channel. And thank you so much again for that. Amazing. Yeah, wow, thanks for the membership. Of course. Yeah. Jerome, good job. Thank you so much. Yes, and that's the goal. So the goal here is I like bringing the news to you, but I really enjoy having these conversations, and I'm glad that people have been receptive to it because it's fantastic. I think giving other people, I know, like, here's the thing. So I've been given a voice. And thanks to you, largely thanks to you. But I'm not the only voice here. There are so many other voices. There are so many other people that the things that they have to say are very important and need to be put out there. And I think that it's only, I mean, it's the least I can do with all the success that we've been having on this channel. Thank you guys again. Over 100,000 subscribers as of just past these past holidays, and growing. And I want to give a voice to so many other people. And the best way to do it is not just with the segments, the small short videos, but bringing an opportunity for people to really express their situation, their opinions, and bring ideas to the table. And I really appreciate everybody's out there. Anasty, thank you. Clyde and chat, yes, thank you, chat. Thank everybody, because like I said, without this, I'm just a guy with a mic and a camera. It's you guys that make this a thing. Really, at the end of the day, that's what it is. So I've been blessed with the ability to have this voice. So let's give other people a voice, and that's really what I want to be. That's what I want to be. Elena Schulman with a $6.99 super chat. Thank you so much. There's so many super chats today with no message. You know, you can leave a message and it highlights it, and I'll read it out. It's fine. It's teamwork, Clyde. Absolutely. You guys are all part of the team. Oh, sucks, Clyde. You earned it. Oh, shucks, Clyde. You earned it. Great show with good chuckles and guests and chatter. Yeah, absolutely. Like, do something like firing Trudeau. Well, if I had the ability to do that, it would have been long done ages ago already. But you know, talking about meeting people is great. Real Frozen Canadian, $2.79 super chat. Thank you so much. Remember when politicians feared the plebs? Well, those days are coming again. They are coming again. We've been reading about even that lobby group from Europe, from Davos, getting pretty nervous about all the attention they've been getting these days. And, well, it has a lot to do with what we're doing here and what other people, namely, you know, journalists that are willing to take the risk to go all the way to Davos and showcase this. It's amazing what people have been doing. Remember, family first. Don't make your wife a YouTube widow. No, we have a happy family. Believe me, we have a happy family. I'm a busy guy, I know, and I've been able to compartmentalize things and make it work and make it absolutely work. But we definitely have our family time. And yes, I'm a busy guy, but I'm not a neglectful guy, that's for sure. I love my family. I love my wife and my two beautiful children. And we definitely spend time together. Welcome to the Fringe. Support Dutch farmers. I bought this flag just because I was like, I've got to have some permanent way of showing my support. Because then I can have it there, and then people will know exactly what it is that I'm showing there. But you know, it's as things move on, you know, things get tough. It's not all roses and sunshine. It isn't. You know, we lose some along the way. We do, and it's it brings a heavy feeling on my heart to know that we've lost someone recently. I've lost contact recently with a special someone out there that really cares, really shows her opinions on the internet. seems that recently I was let go. I don't know how to express it. I really, all the good times that we had, you know, all of us together with unhappy Gilmore. So many good times, and it was all for nothing. It feels sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta let things go. Let people just leave the nest and go on and do their thing. You know, things can't always work out the way you planned. It's tough. It's really tough. When someone's so special, someone so important in your life finds a new thing. It's just one of those things, as people come and people go, we learn that these are troubling times. They're hard.
Are you going to invite your unvaccinated relatives to sit at the dinner table with you this Thanksgiving? Experts are saying you might not want to risk it. Here's why. According to one expert from McMaster University, vaccines are super effective, but they're most effective when you're surrounded by other vaccinated people. If you invite someone who isn't vaccinated, there's a risk of having a breakthrough case. Now, breakthrough cases are pretty rare. There's only ever been about 8,000 in Ontario, but kids can't get vaccinated yet. So part of keeping those kids as safe as possible is telling that one uncle who chooses not to get vaccinated that he might have to sit this one out.
No. Oh, it's just really hard. It's really hard. May we meet again. Unhappy Gilmore. May we meet again. Anyway, moving on. Had such a good time on Twitter. But yeah, it's come to an end. It seems that my run with Unhappy Gilmore has at least come for an end on my account. So I won't be able to communicate directly with with the brave journalist, Unhappy Gilmore, as we know, the famous propagandist here in Canada, TikTok journalist. Unhappy Gilmore has actually given me the boot, and that's it for me. I guess that's it for me. I'm gonna have to just rely on screen grabs of people sharing just the absurdity of what it is that she's putting the rest of Canada through. Anyway, I'm glad you guys could enjoy that while it lasted, but there it is. Anyway, let's get this back in. I got the chat. Real Frozen Canadian 279 super chat. If Hitler farted, what would be Gilmore? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but amazing. Clyde, you are a little leg. I'm a leg. Feeling your pain, man. I had people asking me, how you dealing with it? I'm coping. It's a thing. We're gonna miss each other. We will. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard at first, but oh, way too good. Army Jarvis. Oh, thanks for coming all the way over here. I've only talked to you on Instagram, but hey, welcome, and thank you for the $20 super chat. That was awesome, Lamau. All right, that's great. I'm glad I can entertain you guys. I have fun doing these things. I got to do more skits and stuff. I would need a whole production team, but I would love it to be on the even close to the way Louder with Crowder does it. I got a real appreciation for that guy and what he's been doing lately too. We got $5 super chat. What's happening in the shop? I like that handle. The new pirate radio. The Fringe must stick together and fight. And no, we are not alone. Keep up the fight, Clyde. Shoutouts from Calgary. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'll be going through Calgary next weekend. But yeah, I'll be flying into Calgary, staying with Derek, and then we're going up to Red Deer on Saturday. So really, Hitler's farts were famous. Apparently, that's news to me. I did not know that. Oh my God, 549 watching now. Amazing. Wow. Thank you so much, guys. We had 560 people watching the premiere yesterday, and that was fantastic as well. You guys are fantastic. It's great. It's good to see so many of you coming out to these live streams and watching all this stuff. Shout out to you, Clyde. Shout out to you, Dean. You're breathtaking. That's awesome. I love getting all this stuff going. So I was really scrambling to get all this stuff happening today for the live stream. I'm usually much more prepared, but today was a hectic day at work. As you know, I still have a day job. I still work 8 hours a day as a mechanic. I pull wrenches, I get dirty, I do all that stuff. I come home, I clean up, and I make this stuff for you guys. And then also spend time with my family. And so the amount of time that I can spend gathering stuff to put together, I gathered a bunch of stuff actually, but it's all scatterbrained right now. It's all over the place, but I will be presenting it to you guys. I know we always go into the memes. But I gave you guys an awesome meme with the Rachel Gilmore thing. But we can get into some of these. Let's check out what's happening in the meme channel. Michael Keenan with another $10 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Proud resident of the Ottawa Vanier riding. I've been calling my MP Mona Fortier with no response for 5 months to discuss C11 and C21. See you on Parliament Hill tomorrow afternoon. Take Canada back. Awesome. You're going to be on Parliament Hill. Is there a protest happening? Is there an event planned I don't know of? Yeah, if there is, let me know in the chat. I'll make sure to give a shout out to that for sure. But yeah, keep up the good fight. C11 and C21. Also, don't forget C18, 36 in British Columbia. All these bills. It's crazy what they're throwing at us. It's like death by 1,000 needles, right? This is the way our government's been working. Just insane. I can't believe it. What we're trying to fight off is insanity. It's absolute insanity. We need some strategies is what we need. But let's get into some of this stuff. Mechanics. I like the name. Holy cow, that's a great one. Mechanics from one mechanic to another. Nice. Thank you for that, brother. Yeah, I need to get some car talk happening on the channel. I was thinking about trying to get maybe some experts in automotive stuff, especially because all of the I'm an expert in automotive, I know, but I'm talking about bringing other voices in here. But I was really considering, because of all this stuff with their plans to get rid of only have electric cars in Canada by 2030. Now, don't think that this is it's down the road. Don't worry about it. No, people don't realize how much this is going to actually affect my industry and affect all kinds of stuff when it comes to automotive or automobiles in Canada. Come 2025, we're only a short time away from that. As of 2025, 20% of all cars sold in Canada from every manufacturer, right? So each manufacturer is going to have a quota, have to be electric, not hybrids, full electric cars. Zero emission electric cars is what the legislation is saying. Now, this is body work. I can help Clyde. Yeah, because I don't do that. I'm a mechanic. I don't do body work. Sorry. That's my inner shop princess coming out. But where was I? Yeah, 20% of cars sold in Canada. Now, that sounds innocuous, right? Oh, that's great. It's only 20%. Well, what is the percentage of cars that are sold in Canada that are electric right now from any manufacturer? What if 25% of those people don't want electric cars? Well, that's it. You're SOL. So here's the thing. The manufacturer is mandated that after 2025, 20% of all cars sold in Canada have to be electric. It's like 5 tops. Exactly. It's in the single digits. It's not in the double digits. It's not 20%. So here's the problem. There are a lot of people that want electric cars, but they can't get their hands on one because of limited resources. Now, we all know about the lithium and the cobalt that's happening, but what about rare earth magnets? These are things that are inside these electric motors. They're brushless motors, so they have to have permanent magnets in them, and they're not going to just use your typical like ferrite whatever fridge magnets. No, they're rare earth magnets. They call them rare earth for a reason. This is a thing. So what's going to happen is people are not going to be allowed to buy combustion engine cars because they can't fill the quota. So the quota will stand where they're going to be sitting on these electric cars, or they're going to be sitting on the quota for electric cars, and they're only going to be able to dish out new cars, right? And there's just going to be lots of them available, believe me, and they'll be sold in America and they'll be sold around the world. But in Canada, there's going to be waiting lists. It's going to be this. This is how it's going to be. And as time goes on, there's going to be a massive decline in the sale of automobiles in Canada. It's just ridiculous. It's really not well thought out. It's really not well thought out. And here we go. So 2025, 20%. And then what is it? 2030. By 2030, it's got to be 60%. 60% of cars. So there's going to be even bigger waiting lists for combustion engine cars. Like all these cars. Oh, 20-minute cities. Yeah, the 15-minute cities. I've been hearing about those. Yeah, they're also known as prison. I mean, that's what it is. Oh, wow. Yeah. When you're not allowed, when everything is within 15 minutes walk of your abode, your pod, and then when you want to leave, you're not allowed to. You have to ask permission to leave your 15-minute radius. Yeah, get in your pod, eat the bugs, and get in your pod. That's where we are. 605 people watching this show. Wow, that's unbelievable to me. It's incredible. Do us a favor for all those new people that are coming in here. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. It helps the channel. It helps the algorithm know that this channel is something that people like to view. 15-minute burnout in your 15-minute city. So that's where we're at. So you got 20% of all vehicles sold in Canada will have to be electric, creating an artificial shortage of gasoline engines, diesel engines, like cars with these things in them. G-Meister, member for 7 months. Do you think PP will roll the car back, the e-car back? Well, here's the thing. And I was talking about this with my colleagues today at work. And I was like, here's the deal. They want to bend you over, right? And the liberals want to bend you over without lube. And that's what they want to do. That's their plan. That's the strategy. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, the conservatives, they're going to get in 2025. But the legislation's already going to be put in place. The ball's already rolling, and it's going to get in, and they're going to be like, no, but we have priorities. We got things that we got to take care of, and we got to do these things. We're going to get done as much as we can, right? And then when it becomes a real problem, what are they going to do? They're going to come in with, you nailed it. Who said it? Who said it? It's right here. Rickerty with a jar of Vaseline. So the Conservatives are going to come in with a jar of Vaseline, and because the Liberals wanted to bend you over without lube, now the Conservatives are going to come in and they're just going to give us the lube. And at the end of the day, you're still getting screwed. That's really what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. Unless we change the narrative. That's really our job here. That's really what our job is. Our job is to really put a big crutch in the plan. We got to put a big crutch in the plan because we're the ones who need to change the culture. We need to get out there. We need to talk to people. We need to tell them exactly what's going on. Because you know what? The Conservatives are doing the exact same thing that the Liberals are doing, the same thing that the NDP are doing. They get their orders from lobby groups. The lobby groups are even the World Economic Forum, because that's what are they? Well, they're a lobby group. They're getting lobby groups whispering in their ear, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. And then you've got polling data that tells them where they should go with it. Now, they can skew the polling data as much as they want. That's why you have all these Nanos and all these other polling companies, because that's what they do. They skew the polling data with their strategies, right? But this is why we got to change the culture. And I think it was Breitbart that said culture is upstream from politics, or politics is downstream from culture, and that's absolutely true. Paul R. with a $5 super chat. Hey, Clyde, on your original tweet about Gilmore, I had a laugh at that Global was in the replies with an advertisement. Did you see it? No. Shut up. That's funny. That's funny. I didn't even know they had advertisements in the. Let me pull that up. That's so funny. Oh, that cracks me up. Hold on. Let me get this up because I had the tweet. I just closed the window for that. Pop it up here. Okay. In the replies. Okay. Some of these flies were great, actually. Some of these are hilarious. Oh, Clyde, how are you doing? Are you going to be all right? I'm coping. Oh, the garbage took itself out. Oh no, I didn't see it. Badge of honor. There's a lot of comments here. Okay, I'll take your word for it. But you got an ad for Global in the replies. That's too funny. Okay, I didn't realize there was this many replies to that. I'm getting congratulated by people. People are asking me what was the tweet that I put out and why? How did I get blocked? And it was she was tweeting out that what was it? It was vote PPC. I'm seeing in the chat. I'll talk about that in a minute. Because I'm passionate about that, but I think there's nuance to it. So she had tweeted out that no arrests had been made at the Hamilton protest of Justin Trudeau, and that was the protest where people got very close to him and were very loud and shouty and wow, it was something else. And she in her infinite wisdom was putting this out there, but in a way that was damning of the police, they didn't do anything about it. There were no arrests. So I quote tweeted it and I said, unhappy Gilmore confirms that the protesters didn't break any laws. And so of course I got the block. Oh no. And And the unhappy Gilmore nickname is taking off, it seems, which I'm happy about. So if you're on Twitter and you refer to her, make sure it's unhappy Gilmore. Get that one going. I'd love to see that in the trending tab one of these days. Unhappy Gilmore is so good. No, nobody should throw any bricks. Please don't do that. I think if anything, that's something that they want. If anybody does something along those lines, I'm encouraging people completely stay peaceful, because you don't want to give them the tools that they want. See, you got to understand, the government is a monopoly of violence, right? So you don't fight someone who has a monopoly on something with the thing that they do best, right? You don't fight the government with violence. You don't do that. That's their tool, and they're better at it, and they'll get you with it. Don't for a second think that's gonna work. Shout out to Corrine Maury from your interview the other evening. Absolutely, G Meister, that was great, and thank you for tuning into that. And for all those that missed it, it's still up there. If you have YouTube, what is it? YouTube Premium. You can listen to it with your screen locked. There is ways of doing it without YouTube Premium, but that's the way I listen to podcasts that are on YouTube. I'll have Premium, and then I'll put it on. I'll close the lock screen so I could just hear the audio. And I do a lot of that when I'm at work and I'm pulling wrenches. That, audiobooks, and networking with people. It's insane. It's insane, all the stuff. But yeah, I was going to get into the PPC. So here's the thing. We got to change the culture. We got to put stuff out there to get people going. I think the PPC is doing themselves a disservice. I actually think this, by going after conservative ridings. If you're going after a conservative riding, you're not doing yourself any favors. What we need to do with the PPC, because I want to support the PPC, but I also want to have a conservative party in Canada, and I want to get the lefter parties out, right? I see the Conservatives as like a center, almost center left party, and then the PPC is kind of a right wing alternative, but it's not right wing on all the things. Very, very libertarian-esque, very much just, people and their rights and all that stuff. So anyway, I think the PPC needs to focus on ridings where the NDP has a foothold. Like, I really think so, because, and don't get me wrong, and please hear me out on this, is the NDP has really shot themselves in the foot in Canada recently. I think they, with Jagmeet Singh and his coalition, his not a coalition, but totally a coalition government with Justin Trudeau, is giving away everything for nothing, for any power that people thought, so many people, and I have a lot of sympathy and a lot of empathy for people who have been lifelong NDP voters, because a lot of these people are working class people. They care about, keeping jobs in Canada. They care about all these things that working class people do. A lot of them union people, and I haven't always been a fan of the unions, and I have a lot of sympathy for people, especially in the nursing unions these days. I think nurses that are part of the unions have definitely lost faith in the NDP for sure. Michael Keenan with a $5 super chat. Anniversary of the convoy tomorrow. Let's never forget the truckers that liberated the world, January 28th. Canadian Patriots Day. One people, one Canada. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's something else. And I'm going to get into a little bit about the convoy people in this stream tonight. Some people having a voice for the first time in a long time, maybe putting themselves at risk. I'm not sure, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michael Keenan. But where I was getting with this is NDP voters. The NDP came about because they were sick of the Liberals, right? That's the left party, and they came up with this new party that was supposed to support the working class people. And we know for a fact that that's not what they did. That's not what they've done. That's not what they've done anywhere. And the NDP have a constitution within their party that means, and in that constitution, they have to follow the leader. That's essentially how it's written. Yeah, Jimmy McJuggernuggets gotta go, but we're not gonna get him to go by doing this in a like vote conservative, get all these people. There's so many NDP voters that will never vote conservative. Like, you just really, really have to just get that and understand that. And it's a thing. But this is where the PPC comes in, right? This is where the PPC comes in, because they are a working class party. They are the underdog party, and they are the people that, this is the party for that. It went to crap after Jack Layton died. Yeah, a lot of people believe that. I mean, again, I wasn't always for what the NDP stood for, because it's a lot of like, you know, union, collective bargaining, and all this stuff. I grew up in Windsor, Ontario, Union Town, where, you know, the good old union boys, what their job was to do was to keep other people out of the workforce. And I struggled a lot of years trying to get, you know, jobs here and there. And because you'd go in for a job, you'd get to work for 89 days, and then you'd get fired because you can't be a part of the union. And I know it's a dynamic between the company and the union, but it's because of the unions. And places without unions are doing fine. It just has a lot to say. Now, unions had a place back in the day, and they've outlived their usefulness, and they've become more of a political faction against the people that they're actually supposed to be representing, just like our politicians. So just take that into consideration. But I think that there's a perfect opportunity for the PPC not to go in and take conservative votes, but to go in and take NDP votes and disaffected liberal votes. And I think this is definitely a way to go. And you don't go in by being a negative Nancy. You don't go in by saying, these guys are so bad, you do blah. No, you go in with a positive message. You go in saying, this is what we're going to do. I know what's been promised to you and it hasn't been delivered, but we're going to be different. I know, we all hear that, but this is a different scenario. NDP was great in Manitoba under Dorr. Okay, I don't know about that. So again, I'm not gonna rag on NDP voters. I get where your principles are. I get where your opinions lie, and I get where you're coming from. And I really, really want to see those people come over, and they don't have to be conservatives, because I think the main thing for the PPC's role in Canada is to be there to keep the conservatives straight, because they are going left. They're going left because the whole apparatus has gone so far left that it's insane. And, you know, left, right, whatever, it's establishment. It's gone completely establishment. And we need to have other systems in place that will pull it back the other way. Let's get it away from the establishment. Let's have a group of people that go in, and we're going to do it by going through other areas. It's not going in and contesting conservative ridings. We're going to go in and contest liberal ridings. We're going to contest NDP ridings, and that's where we're going to put our money. And that's where we're going to put our efforts, because it doesn't matter who you vote in the NDP, because Jagmeet Singh is the leader of the party. He calls the shots no matter where you go. And we saw what Notley did to Alberta. We don't want that happening. Not to Canada. Preach the gospel, Clyde. Yeah, I mean, I feel really strong about this. I feel very strongly about this, and I think we can actually do something. We need to take the reins, is what we need to do. And we're going to have to do it by taking over the parties, and we're going to have to do it by taking over and pushing people off to the side that don't want to do it. The people that are in that position, okay, you've had your time. You've had your time. You're not doing it. So if you have a riding that's conservative, vote in the primaries. Vote for the leader of that region. Vote for the guy who's going to be the conservative candidate. That's how we get rid of the uniparty. This is how we get rid of the establishment types. The ones that are going to go to Ottawa and they're going to be like, well, you know, it's comfortable if I just, you know, sit here and I go along with it. I know they're going to vote for me because by all means, you probably live in a riding where it doesn't matter what that party wins. That party always wins. And that's great. If you're in a place where it's always conservative, change who the conservative guy is. That's the point. Figure out how you can get somebody else to take that guy's seat, because that's how we win. That's how we win. It's a long battle. It's not going to be a quick one, but this is our future. This is the future of Canada. This is for our kids. They spend a lot of time ruining it, right? We're going to have to spend a lot of time reeling it back, and that's really where we are. Now let's talk a little bit about this anniversary of the convoy. I'm bringing some stuff up here, and I'm gonna cue it up so I can talk about it, so I can discuss it with you all. So Derek did a video about this, and I might just I wanted to just I'll just leave it to Derek. Derek said it all. Derek said it all. No, Derek didn't. I mean, Derek could have said it all, but he didn't. I'm not gonna leave it up to him. So I'm gonna get into this because this is a thing that happened today, and it's been happening for some time. You know, every once in a while you get a little bit of infighting, and it turns into some drama stuff. Anyway, I've kept the door open here where I can talk with everybody, and everybody that wants to say their piece. I've given all kinds of people a platform and stuff. Elizabeth May is the ultimate party girl. What the heck did I just read? What? What? Oh my God, that is funny. Oh, that is funny. Evening, Johnny. Evening. You sent me right off the rails with that one. That's funny. Oh. You missed the greatest drama performance ever. Clyde's tribute was hilarious. Oh yeah, you'll have to rewind and watch that, because maybe I'll make a video of that, because it was something else. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. Anyway, speaking of drama, so drama is not my forte. I don't like drama. I saw a lot of this brewing behind the scenes, and I did my best to avoid it because I don't like drama. I think it's stupid. And well, how do I put this? It showed its ugly face during the Emergencies Act and the Emergencies Act inquiry, and well, I kind of knew where it was going from there. But Tamara Lich sent out an email today, and she sent it out to a bunch of people. If you don't know, she's not allowed to talk about the convoy stuff, and these are all terms for her bail conditions. Now this is what they do in Canada. If they want to go after you politically, what they do is they'll arrest you, and then they'll put terms on your bail. They put these ridiculous terms for your bail, and then they take your court case and they go, Kobe. really, that's what they do. And well, Tamara Lich's bail terms are ridiculous, and it was absolutely to shut her up. That's exactly what it was about. Shut her up, make it so she can't talk, and then make her court date really far away, really long, a really long time. I don't think she has a day in court until September, for which, even if she's convicted, she'll get time served. That's crazy, right? That's absolutely crazy. So, and what is she being charged with? Consulting to commit mischief, and I think conspiracy to commit mischief. Who's the conspiracy theorist now, right? Committing mischief, conspiring to commit mischief, not actually committing mischief, but conspiring to possibly in the future crimes commit mischief. Tamara deserves a bigger compensation than Omar. I believe so. I don't think Omar deserved anything, really. I don't believe so. But yes, no, you're absolutely right. She deserves compensation, and I hope she sues the pants off of everybody involved, and I hope she definitely gets. She shouldn't have to work a day in her life ever again. That would be ideal. They'll push it for 2 years, and then it gets thrown out. Yeah, that's what they're going for. So not until next September. Insane. Anyway, so because of the fact that she hasn't been able to speak, some people have been able to take advantage of that and use her silence, because nobody sees her as a villain except the crazies, the unhappy Gilmores and stuff. Been able to use her silence in their favor, and there's been some people trying to seed drama and whatnot, and we heard from people at the inquiry coming up with weird theories about saboteurs and whatnot, and well, it's just kind of I wanted to stay out of it. I'm just the vehicle. I'm the guy with the voice or whatever, and I give people an opportunity to say their thing. But apparently, Tamara hasn't been able to say her thing. So she put out an email to a bunch of people, and basically she's not allowed on social media. She's not allowed to be on social media, and email is not technically social media. So she put it out on email to anyone that she happened to have an email address for. It's just like Tamara, she put out an email. Yeah, that's right. So she put out an email, and here it is. Derek did a video about it, so I'm covering it now. What happened with Diagolon Jeremy Clyde? Well, I had him on the show. So there's a lot of people. Okay, this is again with this drama stuff. So Jeremy, and this is a separate issue. Jeremy said some pretty awful things one night. And a lot of people myself, I don't like what he said. Yeah. So jokes are jokes or whatever, but whatever. I didn't like what he said, but that doesn't end a person. You know what I mean? That's not like, people make mistakes and what have you and whatever. But anyway, a lot of people thought that I was like throwing him under the bus or something like that. No, I was reporting on what happened. I don't think he should go to jail for a joke, even a bad joke, you know what I mean? Or something that sounds awful and horrible, but that's my take on that. I reported on the story. I was one of the few to report on the story. I tried to be as objective as I could. I gave a bit of my opinion at the end of that. You can check out the video, it's still on my channel. Some people didn't like that I made that video. Whatever, you're not gonna win everybody over. You can you can please some people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all of the time. But it doesn't mean that they're not individuals that are fighting for the same thing that we're fighting for. And this is absolutely the way we should be treating this. And you should always be treating people with respect. Sorry, my computer door was opening up. But yeah, no, that's it. And when the story broke that Jeremy had lost his bank account, they had dropped him, I messaged him and I said, hey, would you like to tell your story? And that's what we did. And I had him on, and I'm going to have him on again. And I'm actually going to have him on for one of those long podcasts. Look forward to that. I don't know if it's going to be happening very soon, but we are going to be doing it. So it may be before or after my Japan trip. I'm not sure which. But we're going to work it out. He's got a schedule that kind of conflicts with mine. So we're going to I'll have to switch my schedule around to have him on. But Jeremy doesn't get hurt feelings about us disagreeing with him. Yeah, I didn't think he did. No. And he came on, and we don't have any beef. Like, I don't have any beef with him. I'm just the guy saying things, and I try to be as objective as I possibly can be. And that's where I stand on that. He made jokes on the internet, and some of them I did not like. I didn't like what he said. Let's just say that. I didn't like what he said. But he has every right to say words. He didn't actually threaten anybody. even as vile as it sounded. that's where I am on that. Anyway, let's get back to this story. So other people creating drama, and I hate drama. My channel's not about drama, and I don't want to do that. So like I said with the Jeremy thing, it was never a drama thing. It was me reporting on what actually happened, and I tried my very best not to make it a drama thing, and I think I was pretty successful in doing that, and that's kind of where I stand on that. But this is another one of those. And it has to do with a couple of the people that were involved in the convoy. And well, unfortunately, we all had to hear it anyway. At the inquiry, we had, and again, I tried to just like keep it a behind the scenes thing because I don't care. And I told all the parties involved. I said to everybody, because I've had Keith Wilson on, I've had Eva Chipiuk, I've had Benjamin Dichter on, I've had I haven't had Tamara Lich on yet. Derek had her on his channel for that stuff. Here we have Mo Raka. I hope Mo Raka. Like Maraca. Okay, I like that. For this with a $6.99 super chat. Thanks for having Jeremy on, dude. Is the tip of the spear. Watching the HOC laugh at Jugmate when he said he'll be PM was sad if it wasn't so funny. I do remember that. It was awesome. I made a video and that cracked me up. But yeah, of course, I'll have people on if they want to come and talk with me. I'm glad I pre-record all this stuff, because if they just come on and they just start spitting vitriol, I'm not publishing that. But if people want to come talk to me, I'll have them on. Like I have no problem with that. In fact, I've been sending out invites to people that I disagree with, and I hope some of them take it up with me. And not all the people do I disagree with everything that everybody has to say. Like I don't think you'll disagree with everything everyone ever says, except Trudeau. Maybe you don't disagree with what he says, but what he does. Anyway, here I am in this situation where I've got a tremendous amount of respect for all the people that were involved in the convoy, but it takes another kind of person to want to make it all about them. And the most significant thing for me when I was watching Tamara Lich's watching her testimony was that she made sure that people understood that this was not about her. Even though like people made her the face of the thing, it wasn't what she was after. It was really about the thing happening. And she just happened to make the Give, Send, Go, or the GoFundMe at the time. And it blew up. And it blew up not because, and again, I always keep saying this about this channel. It's not me. It's you. You guys watching these videos, paying attention to the live streams and hanging out and doing all this stuff. This is what makes the channel. It's not me. I mean, I'm a contributor just as much as you guys are. And this is the whole point. So I will talk with you any day, especially car stuff. Yeah, car stuff. Awesome. Right. Mechanics. You have to work at those levels of disagreement. Absolutely. I agree with that, noob. I do. And so anyway, Tamara made sure that people understood that it wasn't about her. Now, other people tried to make it about them, and it's getting ugly. And you know what? I don't want to give it too much, like overly, like make it a big thing so that everybody look at that. But Tamara did put out a statement in an email, and I thought I'd give it the time of day because, well, here we go. This is a statement of hers that she felt conviction in writing and putting out there, because it just enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. We're all on the same team. Why do we got to make it about who's in charge and who's doing what and all of that stuff, which is really what it came down to. Clyde, can you work on my 53 olds 98? No. Oh, sorry. No, I love old cars. I do, but I would love an old car if I had an old car. I don't like other people's old cars. I love looking at them. I don't want to see it roll into my shop. That's the problem. Clyde, when are these hats coming out? Merchandise. Okay. I'm gonna give you a sneak preview. I've been working on stuff. I have been, but I just there's a big issue when it comes to me having the time to do stuff. People always ask me, when do you have the time to do all the YouTube stuff that you're doing? And I always have to answer, I make time for it. But I'll give you a little sneak preview of, wow, where is it? I've lost it. What's coming? What's coming? So you guys may have noticed I got a little bit of a change to the logo, a little bit of that, and I'll show you that here. A little bit of change to the logo, and this is cool, and I'll bring up the chat so you guys can join in saying, wow, that looks great. Okay. This was brought to me by a good friend now that I met online through this community and doing all the stuff that we're doing, Vesper. And Vesper has been instrumental in helping me with graphical stuff, and it's fantastic. So he helped with the revamping the logo, and he just he smoothed out what I had already created here. Oops, how did we go? There it is. What I created here, he smoothed it out and made it so I'll be able to put it on shirts and all those things, and then also a font that I don't owe royalties for somebody else, and that's all part of this stuff. And I know back-end stuff might bore people, but this is what's going on. But this is what we're talking about, and this is something that you guys might see coming up soon, and I can't wait to get it out for you guys, and it would be fantastic to get it out there for you guys. Blackface. Oh, you kill me. You kill me. Oh, too good. Too good. Anyway, so oh, too funny. Too funny. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. This is a proof of concept. It's not what's actually going to be coming out, but it's a proof of concept. So we've got to look for a distributor that'll be able to put it out there in the fashion that we want. I want to be able to give you guys a quality product. If you buy a Clyde Do Something merch product, I don't want it to be some piece of crap that ends up in an end drawer or whatever, at the bottom of your laundry basket. I don't want people to get junk. I want people to get something nice. That being said, it'll cost a little bit more than crappy merch, but I'd rather people that buy the merch to buy the stuff and then like it and then actually want to wear it. It'll be a shirt that's, oh, I like this. This is a comfy shirt. I'm going to wear it because it's comfortable, as well as the fact that I bought it because I want to support somebody that I like. So this is what you'll see with the snapback, similar. It's this type of thing. Obviously, we'll accommodate with different types of styles and stuff that people like. But this is the stuff. I'll buy it for a high price. Wink. Now, yeah, I want people to have quality stuff. I'll take a small cut off of it. I'll if my cut is as small as possible, that people just get a good product, I'm happy with that. Because again, I'm not in the merch game, but this is cool. I really liked this design. Having the logo on the back of the hoodie, so it feels like, I don't know, something you wear on your motorcycle or something, to go with that kind of thing. I'm really into that. I'm really into that, and I think I think that's super cool. We got from Newbie 431 with the woot. yeah. So hopefully we can get this out to you guys sooner than later. But like I said, this is all back end stuff that takes time. I'll get it out there, and then you guys will all be able to have it and rep it when you go places, and rep it when you go to if you go to freedom rallies and things like that, and people will be like, hey, I know that guy. I know that logo. I watch that guy too, and yeah, it's a good conversation starter for a lot of people. So I'll try to get that out to you guys as soon as I possibly can. And that's don't think I'm not working on it. Where did the chat go? What the heck? There it is. What happened there? That was weird. Anyway, yeah, I'll try to get that out for you guys. Holy cow, I'm talking about all kinds of things, not talking about the actual stories about what's going on. I'll get back to what I was saying. Sign me up. Clyde did its pin. What? Oh, driving my moped with a Clyde do something patch. Absolutely. Drive your moped. Is that how you get to work on your moped? I got an electric push bike. That's how I get to work. Except when it's raining tons. I take the family minivan. Yeah, I'm a dork. Whatever. Is it spit resistant? Oh, God, that's awesome. If it is, I'll get one for Derek. That's for sure. Clyde jockstraps. Oh, you guys are killing me. Clyde jockstraps are very supportive. Maybe I need to do a brand deal with those 4 guys that make underwear. What do you think? I'll get a hold of them. I forget their name, but it's good. I'm not giving out their name until they sponsor the channel. No, I don't know. How do you pronounce this? Defechu with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Eric Peters from Uapo. Epauto. How do you say that? Epato would be a great guest. Eric Peters. He classifies himself as a libertarian car talk. Eric Peters. I'm gonna just put that in the Google search. Not Eric Peterson. Eric Peters. Hopefully that comes up. And Olympic athlete. The archer? No, can't be. Eric Peters from Epauto. Epautos. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll look him up, and then yeah, I'll check him out and see if that's a fit for the channel for sure. All right, thank you so much for that. G Meister with a $5 super chat. Tidy whiteys and coffee cups, lol. We were talking about this too today, a little behind the scenes, because there's a bunch of different coffee brands. People are coming out with these different coffee brands, and then I got people talking in my ear. Why don't you have your own coffee brand? Why do you need to rep somebody else's coffee brand? You could have your own coffee brand. And I was like, oh. Okay, who would want to wake up in the morning to a cup of Do Something, Clyde's Do Something coffee brand? I don't know. We'll see. Well, getting coffee in cars with freedom lovers. Oh, dude, I love a nice cup, a nice coffee cup. Okay, people like this stuff. That's crazy. Coffee brand, slap your label on it. I guess. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Clyde cereal. Oh, no. We're going too far. It's going to be... Oh, God. That's too much, man. That is too much. You're going way too far with this. Yeah, energy drinks and all this stuff. Wow. People go nuts with the merch. We talked about that last week, the wobbly pops, but there's too many regulations on beers. You can't. I couldn't make that work because like interprovincial garbo, honey mead. Come on, what are you talking about, Army? Oh, okay. Anyway, so let's get into this story because I really want to talk about this. Tamara Lich made a statement today. She put it out on an email, and she sardine brand pizza. No, it's anchovies. Come on. So she put out this message. And I have to turn off the chat for this so I can get through this. But this is yeah, she put this out so everybody can read this. I gotta make sure I can read the whole thing. And yeah, okay, because I have to zoom in because I actually don't have my readers right now, which is really unfortunate. My reading glasses have been sent out to the lab to have new lenses put in them. So I'm using my other glasses, and they have like a boosted part that's like the same as my readers at the bottom, but my screens are way up here. Like you guys see, like my screens are way up here, and I'm looking at what I'm reading up here, and that's where I'm at here with that. And trying to read it correctly. Anyway, stock up on beer before April 1st. Hit the like button. Thanks, G Meister, with a $5 super chat. Yeah, April 1st with the new 6.8% tax, federal tax on beer. They just won't leave us alone, man. They just won't leave us alone. Not having it. It's crazy. Anyway, let's get into this. So Tamara Lich setting the record straight. Good afternoon. It's been a very hectic few weeks, but I wanted to take some time to address an issue that unfortunately seems to be continuing. And again, I was talking about it. Stuff you just can't, like, you think people would just let things go, you know. Although I have remained silent on this point, I'm not much for drama or participating in it, as am I. I do feel the need to come forward now to clear up a couple of things. As we move into 2023, we have much to look forward to, many things to be grateful for. I hope the love, unity, pride, and sense of community Canadians experienced in 2022 was beyond anyone's imagination and was nothing short of inspirational on a global scale. I have never been more proud of my country. I can't agree more. It's amazing what happened last year, and so many people just, you know, getting involved, and it was a giant thing for our country, not for any individual, right? Unfortunately, over the past few months, there has been a significant increase by a few former friends and organizers within the group who are on a campaign to spread hatred, division, defamation, and slander. People I once considered trusted friends, family, and allies have chosen to engage in abusive behavior against us, their fellow teammates, our legal counsel, and supporters. And then she goes to name some names here. Bridget Belton, Benjamin Dichter, and Chad Eros appear to be on the path to sabotage everything that our little group endeavored to accomplish, namely peace and tolerance, love and unity. Miss Belton has accused me of lying, of stealing, of staging my own arrest, and even of doing the ending of somebody's person. I don't want to say that word because YouTube will nail you for that one. Who passed away after getting the hokey pokey. Mr. Dichter and Mr. Eros continue to slander and defame Keith Wilson, Eva Chipiuk, and Tom Marazzo with wild and baseless accusations. I reached out to Dichter after a year ago for help because I trusted him. Over the past few months, he's used my name, my picture, and our friendship to push his narrative, and has done so without my permission and disturbingly at a time when I am unable to speak out much about my situation. Do not and will never condone treating others as he's been treating people I care about. He has defamed those closest to me, and everything I have seen him say in the last few months have been complete fabrications of the truth. Sadly, I believe they are unwittingly playing directly into the hands of the very people that are trying to keep us divided and label us unhinged. The sacrifice made by Mr. Wilson, Miss Chipiuk, and Mr. Marazzo have been great, and they still endeavor to bring the truth to Canadians and fight for the rights and freedoms of all of us. That comes at a great cost, but as a wise man once told me, you take the most flack when you are flying directly over the target. Despite their behavior, did I miss part? Did I miss a part? For one, I'll continue to stand with Mr. Wilson, Ms. Chipiuk, and Mr. Marazzo, and will forever see them as heroes they truly are. Despite their behavior, did I miss a whole section? Hold on, I gotta make sure I didn't miss a whole bit here that was in it. Comes great. Wise man told me. Yeah, okay. For one, I will continue to stand with Mr. Wilson, Miss Chipiuk, and Mr. Marazzo, and will forever see them as the heroes they truly are. While I wish everyone all the best, their respective futures. I believe that's in the next one. Oh, no, I missed that part. Okay. Sorry, I missed that on the screen grab. While I wish everyone the best in their respective futures, I believe the smear campaign needs to come to an end. I have begun consultations with the legal team to determine if there is a need to bring a I always mess that word up. Defamation lawsuit forward. As I said, despite their behavior of late, these are still people I care about. So even though she's been hearing all this stuff that these people have been saying, she still cares about them. What a person. That's amazing. However, abusive behavior and actions will no longer be tolerated. In closing, it is my sincere hope that the negativity will cease, as we have so much to celebrate and so many positives to focus on. There's still much work to do, which is where our energies should be channeled. Sorry, I'm challenged. Dyslexia is a son of a... Anyway, we have so many things to focus on, and where we should be channeling it on positive things. Sending you much love and my sincere gratitude for taking the time to read through my rambling note. Oh, I rambled through your rambling note. Have a great weekend, and I'm sending you much love. Sincerely, Tamara. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. Now, that's a thing. So that's a thing, and I think we're actually giving it more press than it needs to. And the reason why I say that is. Mr. Dichter has been putting this stuff out there, and he's been putting it out there, unfortunately for him, to a very, very small group of people. And as vitriolic as they want to be, and as the tirades that they want to go on, that's a thing. But it's not to a lot of people, and it doesn't have to. And I don't think there's a lot of popularity in that stuff, right? I don't think there's a lot of popularity in going after people and creating rifts, divides, and weird off the cuff accusation stuff. Anyway, that's a thing that's been happening. My personal takeaway from this whole thing is I got a backseat view, right, of the whole thing going down. I interviewed all these people, and when I interview people, I get a chance. I get to chat, interact with people, and get to know them a bit. And this is just something I like to do because I like to meet people, and I like to know a little bit about them, and I like to get a feel for their personalities and the things that they're doing. When I asked each one of them about this, because I saw it brewing and I saw what was going on with it. And I said, listen, I don't want any part of your drama. And if there is any beef or any dramas or any of that stuff, I don't want any part of it. And so like the image that I got from the one party involved was yeah, okay, but you shouldn't trust them and all this stuff. And then from everybody else, it was, do your thing. That's fine. Get the opinion that you take from it, and it's yours, your thing to discover. And I took away from that a much different feeling, right? And let's just say, in my opinion, Tom has been a great guy to me. Keith Wilson has been fantastic. He was on the show just this past week, and he's been doing a great service for Canada. Took a lot of sacrifice. Holy cow! You can make a lot of money as a lawyer when you're not fighting the government pro bono. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff you could be doing other than that. And Eva doing a brilliant service for us, for Canadians, for taking time away to do this. And it doesn't help when you're putting a target on your back. I mean, any lawyer from Alberta could be doing just fine without any targets on their back. There's plenty of stuff to be doing, but that's the thing. Did you get Derek's dog humping the Gilmore pillow? What? Oh, did I see it? Oh, no, I didn't see that. No. But anyway, so drama is a stupid thing that doesn't need to happen. And I can clearly see that the drama is coming from one direction. And I wish those people would just cut it out. I wish people would cut it out. And if you're looking for an audience, that's a thing. People don't like drama. I know some people like it, and some people get all enthralled by it, and it's fun for them in the moment. But those are the type of people that you don't really want an audience of anyway. So that's unfortunate. So I know BJ, he was we were following each other on Twitter. I mean, I follow everybody on Twitter. I follow people I don't like on Twitter. They don't always follow me. Do I have to do the Gilmore thing again? But anyway, when a lot of this happened, and BJ saw that I really wasn't playing ball with the drama thing, he unfollowed me, and then whatever. That's it's just weird for me. I'm not into it, and if that's the road he wants to go down, he can go down that with the 20 people that are watching today, because we saw that happening today. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about that today, because I think that drama is stupid. And that's where I am at with that. And if you're gonna come up with crazy stories about the people around you that are doing good things, maybe get your facts straight, get some better stories, and don't try to drag other people into it that aren't really keen on it, i.e. Tamara Lich now saying that, nope, you tried to use my name, you don't use my name. Anyway, that's a thing. Drama sucks. People who do drama sucks too. They suck too. Anyway, that's my thought. I saw a comment about Christine Anderson coming to Canada. Christine Anderson is coming to Canada. I sent her a DM. She's following me on Twitter, which I thought was fantastic, because hundreds of thousands of people follow her on Twitter, and she doesn't follow a lot of people. She's in the hundreds, and I was one of them. That's an honor, absolutely. So I sent her a DM and said, hey, would you like to come on the channel and talk about your upcoming tour of Canada? And she said, absolutely, I'd love to do that. Get a hold of my publicist, and we'll arrange a time. So I'm gonna be doing that this weekend, getting a hold of her publicist. Who is Christine Anderson? Christine Anderson is a member of the European Parliament. She's a European MP, and she's pretty well known for being outspoken on the world stage. And she was the one who, when Justin Trudeau went to the United Nations, or went to the UN Parliament, she stood up and right in front of him, right with him in that room, said that he had no business being there, and that he preaches about democracy, and he preaches about rights, and he preaches about all these things, and he just destroyed democracy in his own country, destroyed the civil rights of the people who live in Canada. And she said Justin Trudeau has no place in this building and should be spare us your presence, she said. That's it. Amazing. So people who have so much conviction that they'll put their voice out there like that, even when, they've got everything to lose. Holy cow. Member of Parliament for Germany in the European Parliament, or the UN. That's amazing. So huge thing. The little boy from Canada. Is that me? Is that Trudeau? That was a cherished moment. It was fantastic. So I reached out to her, and like I said, she said get a hold of my publicist and we'll figure out a time. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get on that, and then we'll bring her on the show. It'll probably just be for a short segment. It won't be for a long podcast, but that's fine. That's amazing. And hopefully I can get the word out that she's gonna be doing a tour here. A tri-city thing. I think it's Calgary. I believe Calgary, Toronto. I don't remember I think Montreal. It might be Montreal. But yeah, three cities, and that's what she'll be doing. And that's gonna be amazing to see that happen, and keep going. Sorry, I'm so distracted by so many other things happening in here. And the things that I wanted to talk about tonight on the stream, and this is what always happens, is I always get distracted by different things that were happening, and then I don't end up talking about all the things. I want to take a minute so I can have a drink from my bottle, but in order to do that, I'm gonna have to play some sort of video. And what I'd like to do by posting a video, and wow, don't put that up. Wow. So okay, Corinne Morey was on the show yesterday, and thank you again for everybody that showed up and watched that. If you haven't seen it, definitely check out the YouTube channel. Let me pull that up again. I'll pull that up again, because this is still new for a lot of people, right? So it's new for a lot of people. Go to the YouTube channel. You can see the main thing. Right now I have this like live now. Usually it just says, it's just the members at the top. It'll say videos, right? And then the next tab below it is the Did Something podcast. And that's a new concept for the channel. I do 10 plus videos a week, right? I do usually 2 in the mornings, and that's 5 days a week, right? So that's 10 videos a week. But then I also am doing these long form podcasts once a week, and they'll come out every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's 9 Eastern. So tune in. They come out as a live stream, so it looks like a live stream, but it's called a premiere on YouTube. It's a new thing that they rolled out about 6 months ago, I believe it was. But the way it works is it's a pre-roll video. So the video comes out, but when it comes out as like a live event. And during the live event, while the video is happening, there's a live chat, and I'll be in the chat. Joe's in the chat. Joe, if you don't know, is my behind the scenes guy, and he also helps out during the podcasts. So if I have to look anything up, I don't have to stop what I'm doing and waste everybody's time. Joe will look it up for me, look it up for the guest. He's kind of like Jamie on Joe Rogan's podcast. So he's my Jamie, Joe Lyman. Joe Lyman's always in the chat here. Say hello, Joe, if you're around, unless he's chasing down his kids or something like that at the moment. But this is this is a new thing for the channel. I look forward to doing many more of these. Again, if I didn't have this extra section in the channel, they could get buried. And that's a thing that happens, right? Because I do 10 videos a week, one of these in that group of 10, plus a live stream, that makes a lot. So there's 12 videos a week that pop up on the channel, usually on the average week. So it gave us another section for it. And also, I also put up a section. I wonder if you can get notifications specifically for a playlist when a new thing comes up on the playlist. Some people might like that, but that's something I'll explore in the future. But yeah, I made this because not everybody knows when every upload comes up, and I do a lot of uploads, so it's hard to have the notification bell go to your like notification like push forward. I get it, but if you want that, you can hit that notification bell on the channel. But yeah, that's what's going on. Anyway, yesterday I had Corinne Maury on, and she's excellent, and she's a nurse from Nelson, BC. Here she is with her beautiful family. Amazing, beautiful people. Like, holy cow! Wow, they're all very, very nice looking people. But she said if you watch the podcast and you want to contact her, she left her contact information it's all in the description. So that's there. So this is her Facebook profile. She actually put her Facebook profile out there, and also her email, and then some other links. But this is a video that she actually had me edit this one down from her big long video. And this one is of first David Eby, the Premier of British Columbia, and then the reaction from a bunch of the nurses. So I'll just play this here.
I'm pleased to announce new supports in a faster assessment pathway that will get more nurses working in BC's healthcare system faster. For nurses returning to practice, there will be help with the costs of re-entering the workforce. These are nurses who may have taken a break for practice for any number of reasons and want to come back, but are...
Wait, was there a number of reasons why? Oh, they just left for a number of reasons in the past 2 years? Just a number of reasons. By the way, the ones that left, they left because either they left the province, they left the country, they were fired, or they went into early retirement because of the way the healthcare system's going, and also the coercion behind the shots. So that's a thing.
Are facing financial or other barriers to coming back. We want to support them in coming back to work. This includes application and assessment fee support, along with travel expenses support. Additionally, bursaries of up to $10,000 available for any additional education that those nurses need who are coming back to practice in order to be able to get to work. For internationally trained nurses, we've committed $1.3 million to set up a new pathway.
What? What? Okay, nurses, are you still fired?
Hi there. Yep, still fired.
Yep.
Yep, I'm still fired.
Yep, I'm still fired from Interior Health, and I'm cleaning people's houses for cash.
I am still fired.
Yep, still fired.
Yes, still fired.
Hey, yeah, I'm still terminated. Starting work in Alberta next week.
Registered nurse, BC born and raised. While BC remains in a healthcare crisis and hospitals and emergency departments are closed, thousands of us ready, willing, and able to work remain fired and looking for employment in other provinces.
My name's Vera. I'm a veteran RN of 27 years with a passion for geriatrics. I was terminated from Interior Health in November of 2021. I'm now in 2023 moving to Alberta, where I've had multiple job offers.
January 16th, 2023, going for a walk on the lake, the beautiful Arrow Lake. Yeah, this is my home province. Born and raised, BC girl. Kids born here. Love it. Mountains, fresh air, lakes, rivers, everything. It's my kind of place. Can't work here. Registered nurse, in BC haven't been able to work for over a year now. You're forgetting about us, province. Your healthcare is failing you. And you have thousands of nurses walking on a beach wishing they could be working in their province. Instead, we're planning on going to Saskatchewan. I've been to Alberta half a dozen times. Never been to Saskatchewan, but I'm going to go work there. This is my province. I want to be here. I want to help the people here. This is my province.
Yeah, that's insane. That's just absolutely insane. Can't work in the province. Now, this is the absolute state that we're in to date with British Columbia. And here's Bonnie Henry, really she's the public health officer. She's the Teresa Tam of British Columbia. And here she is saying how she has very little patience for people who aren't immunized in healthcare. Insane.
First, we need to give everybody the opportunity to be immunized. That is really important in healthcare, and I have very little patience for people who aren't immunized in healthcare, and that will be, we've had a vaccinator mask policy for influenza.
Okay.
We will have a very similar policy. Okay.
Mask or vaccinate, vax or mask policy they had for influenza, which she doesn't say here, and we brought this up in the podcast yesterday. They put that in place, and then the nurses fought it, and the nurses won. The government didn't get their vax or mask mandate for influenza. So she's saying we had a mask or mandate mask or vax mandate for influenza, but she's wrong. They put in that mandate, and then it got taken out because they lost in court. That's what happened there.
That if people choose not to be immunized and you work in healthcare, then you will not be able to work in certain settings without taking additional measures. There will be consequences for that decision.
There will be consequences for you and here. Okay, so the reason why the vax or mask mandate for influenza didn't fly was largely because of, well, yeah, you guessed it, the science didn't follow up. It didn't follow up, and it didn't work. So there's this issue with that. When you have a vaccine like the influenza vaccine that doesn't work for all strains of influenza, and even the strains that they have, they're leaky. It's a leaky, as they say, and it doesn't give you perfect immunity. It doesn't give you perfect inoculation for it. So what ends up happening is you can pass it on anyway. You can pass it on anyway. So that was their first argument for the influenza vaccine and the mask or vax policy. And then the second argument was, well, you have to wear masks then. Well, it turns out that those masks didn't really function the way the people mandating them actually thought they would, and it didn't work out in their favor. Now, what is it here? I have a friend here, Damas Promise. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's making a funny face on this right here as he's starting his video. He put a video out today saying that he had watched my video, and he remembered something that Bonnie Henry had said in her video. Go over and give this guy a subscribe, by the way. Get over there and help him out, because, yeah, get those view numbers up. It would be very much appreciated. But he was pointing out something else that was being said by Bonnie Henry in another press conference here. So he's got her at... it's hard to tell his timestamp here. 1 second.
Robert Sussman, I believe. So let's get into this.
I do. Dr. Erden, with a shortage in our healthcare system in terms of staff, we've seen over the last little bit increase in terms of the number of a very...
I don't know if you guys are hearing that.
Local vocal minority calling for you to make changes around the vaccine mandate for healthcare workers in the hospital system. Is there any consideration that would be given to that? And to that point, is the requirement now 2 vaccinations of a COVID vaccine? And does that not offer, in essence, the same amount of protection at this point, considering that second shot could have been a year plus ago as being unvaccinated? Would there be...
So before...
well, he's going to say his bit.
Before we go any further, that is a fantastic question from Robert Sussman, because as...
I skipped ahead.
2 shots a year ago is less effective than 1 shot right now, but also it potentially can be less effective than having any vaccines at all, like not having any.
So did everybody hear the question? Because it was very quiet. Yeah, Sussman. How do you get the name Sussman? Sussman. Yeah, that guy's Sussman. So did anybody get to hear that or miss that? Because it was really low volume. He was basically saying, well, you all these people, you're saying they had to have had their vaccines, the shots all that time ago, but now we're having, the science is telling us that if you had those, you probably have immunity. Your immunity is waned. It's completely waned. That's why they have this booster program. And their studies are now showing that people who took the vaccine and are now have had it waned, they actually show less protection than had they not had it in the first place. So that's the question. Are you gonna mandate? Are you now gonna mandate the boosters? And if not, why not? Is essentially the question.
So this is a fantastic question, but we're going to continue with this. I just want to make sure that we talked about the serology test, because I haven't found a serology test going over a year or 2 years of vaccination, right? So that's something that's really quite interesting. So let's continue.
Be a consideration given to ensure that those working in the healthcare system are up to date on their boosters as well.
So the short answer is no. We're not contemplating changes to the requirements of vaccination in our healthcare system.
Okay, that's just chronically slow volume. Sorry.
Number of people who chose.
Okay, I'm gonna get the original video up, and I'll boost the volume up so we can actually hear it. Bonnie Henry video.
Hi, good afternoon.
Wow, that's boosted. God. Oh God. So is that 51 minutes?
Not contemplating changes to the requirements of vaccination in our healthcare system. The small number of people who chose not to be vaccinated, have not been in the system for some time, and we know how important it is to have that protection individually, but also collectively around supporting each other in the healthcare system. So we are looking at moving away from that being an order under a public health order, or provincial health officer order, to that being part of our routine regulations around people who are working in our healthcare system. And it is what we as...
Okay, this is so dubious. So first off, she dodges the question about whether or not we're going to mandate the vaccine, right? She's dodging that question. But what she gets into is the way she words it is not very pretty. We're working towards no longer making it part of your terms of employment. We're no longer going to try to go after that. What we're trying to do is essentially make it a terms of your licensing. We're going to use the licensing body, which is why they with Bill 36 in British Columbia, they've taken over the colleges, all the colleges of any medical professionals. There was 12 colleges. They've amalgamated them down to 6, and they fired the boards. And they brought in new boards of bureaucrats, people much like Bonnie Henry here, who's not a doctor, but got her honorary doctorate of psychopath. I mean, honorary doctorate of government bureaucrat from somewheres. I can't remember where, but she's not an actual doctor, right? She's a government bureaucrat. And what they've done is they've taken it and they've made it so there is no guarantee that the colleges of physicians, colleges of nurses, the colleges of all these colleges that are enforcing licensing, they're the ones who say you can or cannot have a license, which you have to renew periodically. They don't even have to be people that are people that work in that field. They don't have to be professional nurses or doctors or any of this stuff. It's not guaranteed that that's what it's going to be. But they're talking about mandating as a term, not of your job, but of having a license that you have to have the vaccine. Now, listen to where it goes.
As healthcare workers are committed to doing everything possible so that we stay healthy and that we are able to protect our patients as best we can. In terms of the concept of immunity, what the requirement is and will continue to be is a primary series. So whatever that primary series is, and for most people that's 2 doses of vaccine. As we know, after the primary series, things have become complicated, and that's because
things have become complicated. Wow. Okay, after the primary series, things have become complicated. Did they become complicated scientifically, or did they become complicated politically?
as the virus has changed, we know that we have
viruses always change.
High level of people who've had mostly mild, thankfully, infections from Omicron over the last little while.
Which adds the benefit of natural immunity.
So it is, we have various different types of immunity in different people. So it's not as simple as saying you need to be up to date with, you need to have a booster, because
it's not that simple. No, it's not that simple. G-Meister with a $5 super chat saying, Clyde, did you hear about New Zealand's incoming Prime Minister, Chris Hipkin, wants to hunt people down and get their vaccines? Oh, golly. Oh, golly. Are you talking about this guy?
But of course, you know, I think early next year we'll be in the phase of chasing up people who haven't come forward to get their vaccination or have missed their bookings and so on. So everyone will be able to get a vaccine between now and the end of the year. But of course, you know, and I want every New Zealander to come forward, but human behaviour suggests that there will be some people that we have to actually really go out and look for, and some of that may spill into next year. But our commitment is everyone will have the opportunity to get the vaccine by the end of the year. Everyone will, but I can't say that, you know, that we're not going to have some hesitant people or some people who just haven't come forward that we don't have to go out and find next year.
People will be willing to do it, and then people will. We'll hunt them down. This is the world. This is the world we're living in today. This is insane. Insane. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Here we go.
It may be that people have had their primary series, they've had an infection that gives them some hybrid immunity, and we know that now we're learning as we go along.
Oh, we're learning as we go along. Are we learning as we go along, Bonnie? Are we learning? We're just learning. Hey, well, some people are learning. Some people learned this stuff ahead of time. Some people are learning this stuff now. Why is it that you're just learning this now? Officer of Health Authority in British Columbia.
Longer-term protection. We know from our serology that many people have a combination of both vaccine-induced protection as well as infection-induced protection. And so it's much more difficult to put in place a standard that says you must have this. So it is a combination of those things. But overall, all of the data that we have shows that if you have at least that primary series in the context that we're in right now, your risk of having severe illness, your risk.
Okay, So what were we told in the beginning? I want to know. Okay, so we were told the reason why we had to lock down, the reason why we had 2 weeks to flatten the curve, the reason why we had all of these restrictions, the reason why on bike trails they said stay 6 feet apart on freaking bike trails. The reason why all people had to shut down their businesses, people had to put up plexiglass, people had to tell people, no, you can't sit there. You got to sit over there. People told people you got to walk with a mask on until you sit down, and then you can take off your mask just to make bites and then put it away. All of that. Jerome Noel, friendly reminder. They got no pew-pews over there. That's why Castro wants them banned. Oh, thank you so much, Jerome, with a $5 super chat. Yes, they got no pew-pews over there. None of them. But so that all of these reasons, let's remember all of those reasons, or all of those things that we had to do, we had to go through. I had to get in cars with masks strewn hanging from the rear view mirror, sitting on the shifter that I have to touch, and all these things, freaking out. I gotta wear these masks, but then I can cough in them and then give them to my mechanic. Whatever, I'm getting over that. But all of these things, why did we do it? I'll get to that right after this. Colette with this $10 super chat. Thank you so much. The board that was tasked with developing Canada's COVID plan consisted of only one doctor, and many others had research interests on their resumes. Question. Very, very much questioning. I saved that link somewhere. Well, I'd love to see that link. Colette, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. So all of those reasons, some of us are still having to deal with all of this stuff. Yeah, noob. Yeah. Some of us are already still having to deal with all this stuff. So what was the thing that the thing was going to do when we got the thing? The thing was going to do the thing. And what was the thing? What was the thing? What was the thing for the thing to do the thing? The thing was going to stop transmission. That was the whole reason. That was the whole reason. So we're doing this all to stop the transmission. We couldn't go out because at a certain point, they said, everyone's going to get it. Everyone's going to be exposed to it. But we got to stop the transmission. We got to slow it. We got to do all this stuff. Now, what's the narrative? Now, what are they saying?
Overall, all of the data that we have shows that if you have at least that primary series in the context that we're in right now,
you'll stop transmission. You'll stop transmission, and you won't be able to give it to other people. Because the only reason why you as an individual would not be allowed to be around other people if you didn't have it. So, because you're a danger to other people, you are the one that needs to have it. That's why it's mandated, right?
The risk of having severe illness,
Wait, no, that's a risk to me. That's a risk I can take on my own. That's my own risk. Tell me about the transmission part.
Risk of being hospitalized.
That's, again, my own risk. That's my own risk. I'll make up my mind on the risk that I want to take. These are my risks. I'll take my risks. But what say you about the dangers of being around other people without having the thing?
Is considerably less. It was 4 to 8-fold less than people who have not had any vaccines at all. So it still is an incredibly important measure, and it's important where we need it most in our healthcare system.
Did I miss it? Did I miss the part where she said that it will stop the transmission? Yeah, I think I missed it. Or she didn't say it. That's why we shut it all down. But here's the thing. Now it's all about you. It's about what will happen with you. well, people are going to take those risks, and that's up to them. Up to them. The social contract we heard from Neil deGrasse Tyson. Degrassi Jr. Tyson. What a schmuck that guy. The social contract, man. Come on, man. It's a science. I love science. I've always loved science. But don't try to pull a wool over my eyes. Get out of town. So here's my question. Here's my question to people. If somebody didn't have the original pokes, right? Say you didn't get the original, because she said the baseline. What did she call it? She called it some baseline or whatever, right? So if you have to have that baseline, but the baseline inoculation. So the reason why every year they have to come out with new vaccines, because they're not set up for the virus that's out there, right? Primary series. There we go. So the primary series is for a virus that doesn't even exist anymore. It doesn't even exist. It's not even out there. So I understand if you wanted to get it when that was the virus that was out there, go do your thing. Listen to the YouTube terms of service. It's safe and effective. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying. That's what needs to be said. But my question now is, if you never got it, if you never got that, well, what do? Are you going to go with the primary series? Is that what they're saying? Is that what they're saying? You should get the, like, for influenza, for example. Could I get, a shot from 20 years ago for a version of influenza that's not even circulating? I don't know. I'm actually asking the question. I'm actually asking the question. I'm not saying this because I know the answer to it. It's not rhetorical. I'm actually asking the question. Would it make sense to have the shot for influenza from 20 years ago? Would that help me this year from any strains of influenza? Or even 2 years ago? If I got the influenza one from 2 years ago. Good question. And I'm hoping that I can get that answered. It would be good to bring somebody in that actually knows the answer to that. Is that a Godzilla shirt? Friggin' rad. Yeah, it's a Godzilla shirt. I love Godzilla. I'm a huge fan, by the way, of Godzilla. I love the old Godzilla movies. You can shove your CGI Godzilla up your CGI. Depends on circulating strains. Noob, we got to talk about this after the show. We got to talk about this in the Discord. And that's coming up. That's coming up very soon. But I'm going to talk about Godzilla for a minute. And I'm going to talk about Japanese old action movies. What was that? The payroll? What did I see about the payroll? Oh, I missed it. Oh, no. Oh, I missed it. But yes, we'll have this chat in the Discord after. Noob, you better be in there because you're one of the knowledgeable ones on this, and I would like to know the answer for it. Because I've always thought if somebody didn't say, somebody refused, say somebody was like anti-vax, right? Someone who's like even like because anti-vax became a new thing, right? So somebody doesn't want to take the new thingy. They were called anti-vax. Now, anti-vax was like the Jenny McCarthy stuff, like some ex Playboy bunny, right? Who got on this like big fix, and she became this advocate for against any sort of vaccinations because they claimed that it gave kids autism, which it turns out there was no causal link between the two, but it didn't help all these people from believing this stuff, and then created this whole world of the term anti-vax and craziness, right? And so, of course, they went with the anti-vax for people who are totally happy to have their polio vax, totally happy to have all these other things, but are just kind of, I don't know about that one, the new one, the whole like blanket immunity from being sued and all that stuff. Sounds kind of murky to me. Yes, Jenny McCarthy, she was the first to speak up, and she was hammered down. Jim Carrey's ex-wife. Was she Jim Carrey's ex-wife? I didn't know that. Anyway, so here's the thing. So somebody who is completely anti all the stuff and didn't take it. 2 years later, say they changed their mind. They're completely, they've had an awakening. And they're going out. They're gonna get that thing. They're gonna go get it. And with this awakening, they're like, I gotta go get it now. Is it recommended? Is it recommended for them to get the primary series that was out for 2 years ago? Is that the primary series? Or are the boosters, you just jump right into Boosterville? I don't know the answer. Again, I don't know the answer. I'm just asking questions. Do you just jump right into Boosterville? Because it just sounds really ridiculous to me. The new recommendation is that you no longer have to get the first and second. You can jump right into the booster. So how can you call that a booster? What? I don't understand. G Meister, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. The way we're setting this up is the same as colored people were treated years ago. Yeah, some of the discrimination with that. But they would say, well, you don't have a choice to be a colored person. You have a choice to be a vaccinated person. That's a thing. Instead of falling on the sword, you fall on the needle. Oh, let's talk about falling on the sword. Let's just get into it because I had to. Okay.
Take it back.
I have to get this off my chest. This is Viva Fry putting this up, but a lot of other people were tweeting this out. What an amazing thought experiment from Sam Harris. Had it been a true pandemic and had we had a functional vaccine, people would have reacted very differently. Genius. I never knew Sam before his TDS. Did he ever say anything intelligent? So Sam Harris, this is a perfect example of why people who are not stupid can say very dumb things. This is a perfect, colored, I know. You're not allowed to say that. It's people of color. You got to say it like French grammar. You take the old thing that they used to say and you say it like the new thing. So you don't say orange juice, you say jus de l'orange, you say juice of the orange, right? So colored people, you don't say that. You say people of color. That's how it works. That's the current phase of political correct. That's where we are. I just call them fellow human beings. That's kind of where I'm at, but people like to break things up into groups. That's their prerogative. Anyway, that's just me. Yeah, that's where I'm at. But anyway, Sam Harris, a normally intelligent human being, this guy, unbelievable. He's had some really, really crazy takes in the past little while. And I think this guy right here is giving actually a pretty darn good reason why atheism is a bad idea. And just hold the line here for a second, because I'm kind of like an agnostic person. I've read a lot of stuff that this guy's written, and he's way on the atheist side of things, and I'm kind of agnostic. It doesn't bother me. Like, this isn't like it's not been like a big thing in my life. I think I'm more of like maybe even a deist. Like maybe there's something out there. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it, but I get a lot of my morals from my Christian upbringing. So I guess that's where I kind of sit on it. But this guy's hardcore atheist, right? And it's amazing because he almost gives a reason why atheism is a bad idea in this whole thing, and we'll probably get to that at the end. But let's hear what he has to say here, because he's a really smart person. He's really a smart person. So don't let this fool you. This man is very smart. He's just got the woke mind virus, and it's infiltrated some of the sectors of his brain, and it's really wreaked havoc on and the cognitive dissonance level. It's amazing. First, he had Trump derangement syndrome, which we've all seen people with, but no, she banned Clyde. Oh, you're talking about Rachel Gilmore, unhappy Gilmore. Yeah. No, she blocked me. That's the thing. Anyway, let's get into what he had to say.
Back to COVID for a second. In one way, and we got very lucky that COVID wasn't worse than it was, right? You know, it could have been much worse. It could have been 10 times as deadly, or 50 times as deadly.
Absolutely, we got lucky because, COVID could have been really bad, but it wasn't. Okay, so we're there. All right, good on you. We're on the same page.
And we would have lived through, or many of us wouldn't have lived through, something truly awful. But had COVID been worse.
What? Okay. Thought experiment. Cool.
Just enough worse to really get our attention, to really be undeniable. We would have had a different political conversation around it. There wouldn't have been the same kind of vaccine skepticism. Brett Weinstein would not have been releasing 80 straight podcasts on the dangers of the vaccine if a few variables were changed. I mean, just take that, leave COVID exactly as it is.
Okay, so wait a second. If the pandemic was way worse, then we'd be having a completely different conversation. Okay, where are you going with this, man?
But just make it preferentially dangerous to children rather than to old people, right? You just flip that around, the variable of age. If kids were dying by the hundreds of thousands from COVID, at a rate of whatever it was, 1%, say, but if it was pretty much all kids, we would have had a very different experience, right? And the patience, that there would have been no fucking patience for vaccine skepticism, right? And everyone would have recognized that this is not my body, my choice. This is, you're not going to kill my kids with your ignorance, right? And
but okay, we're talking about if it was flipped around, if it was actually dangerous, and if it actually affected children. That's the premise that we've got so far. Okay, I'm seeing that. Basil, the Pump and Seagull, with a $5 super chat. I'm agnostic also. Atheism is just people being angry at existence, in a sense, God. Agnosticism is really just not being sure what is true. Yeah, absolutely. I can't prove that God exists. I can't. I haven't been able to do that. So I have to kind of sit on the fence about it. But I mean, I'm not going to tell people they shouldn't believe it. That's their business. That's their prerogative. Good on you. That's your deal. And that's kind of where I stand on this. Now, this guy's a fervent atheist, and he's really keen on these thought experiments. Okay, so now we're in a situation. He's talking about a different situation. So we're not talking about what we lived through. We're talking about what we haven't lived through. Thought experiment, if you would. So COVID, so a pandemic that comes around, and it's actually bad, and it's worse for kids than everybody else, and you would not have any patience for vaccine skepticism. So now you're assuming that the vaccine works and it stops the spread somehow. Okay.
You change one other variable. What if the vaccines actually really did block transmission?
Okay. So now you're talking about something completely different. Okay. So wait a second. Okay, I gotcha. We're living in a world where a pandemic happens, and it's actually a bad pandemic. It's not one of those ones that has like a 99.8% survival rate. It's actually a really bad one, and a lot of people are tragedy all over the place. And it's not really affecting adults or old people as much as it's affecting children, and children are really going to get it. And then also there's an effective vaccine for it, and it works great. Okay. So? So? That's not what we went through.
Much better than they in fact did. Right. And there was a moment where it was only rational to expect them to block transmission. Turns out they don't do it nearly as much as we would hope.
No, they don't.
At this point. They just shorten the window by which, during which transmission is possible.
Is that
if
true?
They're even doing that now, I don't know.
Oh,
but,
okay, they're not doing that.
Let's say the vaccines really did block transmission, but then nothing else was, all of the other mishigas about how, untested they are and how dangerous they yet might be, and the spike protein and blah, blah, blah. Leave all that in place. Just give me a little more transmission blockage and give me kids being preferentially killed or injured by this.
Okay, I'm giving you this. Okay, we're giving you this now. Okay, this is what we're giving you in this scenario.
Disease. The obscenity of much of what was said, much of what was said about COVID at the time at which it was said, the conspiracy thinking, the platforming of people who were obviously unwell and unbalanced professionally and mentally around vaccines and their skepticism.
Wait. Okay, so given another situation that didn't actually happen, given another scenario, the platforming of people you thought at the time when you were going insane, when you're going crazy over this, like sort of the one that actually did happen, and deplatforming people like I don't know, Dr. Robert Malone, the guy who invented the technology in the first place, the guy who, I'm sorry, I know you're a real smart guy, but you're a neurologist. We're talking about the guy who invented the mRNA technology. You're talking about getting him off the platform because he said something that was unpopular to your ass? Get what? Wait a second. And you're talking about all the other doctors, Dr. McCullough, all these people, all the people of the Great Barrington Declaration, the thousands of people that spoke out against it. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. They can't talk. You can't believe they platformed these people. You mean, people, this is the thing, the negative, like proving a negative. Nobody platformed them. Except maybe the colleges or the universities, or maybe the technology itself, and all the hundreds of peer-reviewed study like publications and all of this. Okay, anyway, you're going to ignore all that for a moment.
The patience for that would have been non-existent.
Oh, it would have been non-existent.
So in some sense, we got unlucky.
We got unlucky, says Mr. Harris. We got unlucky because it wasn't devastating. Because kids didn't die. Because kids didn't die, we got lucky. Or we got unlucky. We would have been lucky if it was bad and he was right. You see? You see where we're going with this? If we got unlucky because he was wrong. That is messed up. That is messed up to think that it's all about him being right. The world is wrong. The whole world around us is wrong because he is right. But the world's wrong, you see? It would have been so much better if this guy was right, and many children died, right? Of course.
At how benign this was and how mysterious it could yet seem, because you could run the argument, well, did he die from COVID or with COVID? He was 80 years old. right? We, you know, that was the situation we were in. I'm saying that there are changes in the real world that could have happened and could yet happen that would have been immensely clarifying, right? And there would have been no less. I'm just asking questions routine would have not gotten anyone anywhere worth going.
Just asking questions routine. I'm sorry, but what is science? What the heck is science if not just asking questions? What a complete fool. And this is why I say, holy cow, smart people we know that are smart. This guy is a brilliant neurologist. He's brilliant. He's written fantastic books. And he's right here, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. An absolute idiot. Are you kidding me? His ego has taken the best of him in this situation. So much so that he's willing to just blabber on about this. It's crazy to me.
Right. And that's, I think part of what we're talking about here is, with respect to Trump and with respect to...
Okay, whatever, Trump. So here's what I'm talking about. Okay, Mr. Brilliant Atheist guy. Like I said, I'm like, I got no dog in this fight because I'm agnostic. I don't care either way. Again, Christian values, the whole upbringing, all that stuff. I think fantastic, and I think everybody should have some sort of foundation in their lives, whatever, for morality and all that stuff. Because we don't have any answers on where morality comes from, but a lot of religious institutions take credit for it. But Mr. Atheist, you come over and you tell me, hey, there's no proof that God exists, and you have a lot of arguments to bring to the table. Well, what if just one factor was different? What if God just came down and said, hey guys, what's up? I'm God. What if that just happened? What if the skies opened up and the Lord came down and just was like, hey, what's going on? Hi, I'm the Lord, and just pleased to meet you. I know I've been, kind of awry all these years, but hey, what about that? What if just one of those factors changed? And what if the burning bushes, they just erupted here and there, and everybody could see it, and it was just like right there, right in front of you. And I'm just changing one factor, but we wouldn't have any time for this. I'm just asking questions routine, right? We wouldn't have any time for those atheists that are just asking questions. if we just had this, just change a couple of the parameters around just a little bit. Unbelievable. Just like the audacity of this guy. It's too funny. This is too funny to me. And religious people are religious, and they have their faith, and that's part of it. And maybe some people think what I just said was blasphemous, but no, yeah, the parameters. You're just gonna change a couple of parameters, right? But whatever, man. People are gonna have the faith in the things that they have. This guy has faith in ridiculous stuff, just absolutely ridiculous stuff. This guy has faith in a system, and this is why. We can't use you can't, when atheists come at you and say, well, we found a better way to find morality than your religious documents or your religious whatever. We use the science. Well, I'll tell you something. This guy is this morality guy who argues the morality. And the way he's acted in the past couple of years has been completely immoral. And it gives no credulity to anything that he was trying to put, any points that he tried to put forward in his previous writings. He's just ruined everything possible because of this, whatever it is you want to call it, mass formation or whatever. But he drank this weird Kool-Aid that sent him way over the deep end, with his anti-Trump craziness. The TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and then right into a pandemic that was just in people with their insanity. So, it drives me. It drives me. But I wanted to end this show on that note. And a lot of people have Jesus Christ Believer Undercover Foundation, Cornerstone Jesus Christ. So a lot of people are religious people, and I respect that absolutely. And I think people being so pushy gets really bad, but you really, really need to check your logic every once in a while, because you never want to slide into a situation like this guy where you're so blinded by a thing that you actually say out loud, we wouldn't have any patience for this. I'm just asking questions thing. Just asking questions. We don't have patience for that. Of course we have patience for that. Of course we should always have patience for people who are just asking questions. This is the blasphemy of the new age. It's insane. And we can't have it. Ask all the questions. Keep asking the questions. And you know what question I've got to ask you guys? What are you doing after the stream? Are you going to come hang out in the Discord? The link is in the description down below. We hang out in the Discord every weekend or every Friday after the live stream. And we get going in there and have some wobbly pops. I love my wobbly pops. But I try not to have them on YouTube because I don't know if the terms of service are going to hurt me on that. Kay with the $5 super chat. A unique combination of TDS plus God complex. There is no power greater than him, plus narcissist. Oh, wow. Absolutely. This guy is a nutbag. I couldn't believe it. And that's it. You can be a very, very smart person, and then something will grab your soul. I don't know what has a hold of him. You could call it demonic. You could call it whatever. Something's got him. And it's just doing something awful. Twisting his soul, twisting his morality. And wow, he comes up with crazy stuff like that. Anyway, we'll see you guys over in the Discord. Again, links in the description down below. If we don't see you there, we will see you in the next episode. And I'm looking forward to more podcasts. Don't forget that on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 Eastern, we'll be holding the live premieres of the podcasts. We'll soon get it out to you on all your favorite places to listen to podcasts, whether it's Apple or all the other stuff. As long as those places will allow me on there, we'll get it out to you. And so you can listen to it in audio form there. And we'll just keep plugging away. Just keep absolutely plugging away. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.